Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we headed off to Limsa Lomensa to deal with the Leviathan threat that had emerged from the murky depths of the sea. We took down a giant sea serpent, and found out that the students of Baldessian are no more. And then we also got a very ominous ending, something about a revolution in Ul'dah. I have no idea what's going on, but maybe we'll get some information about what's happening here. We're at, I think, patch 2.3, I believe. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on from that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogul the 12th. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and now to have you... Acelia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Oh, what's going on now? What matter of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven, while waiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Acelia, you know full well we have the resources to accommodate many people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear them out. Hear them out. I have glasses so I can't see whatever well. Cecil, I will be grateful for your presence at this meeting. What's going on here? Where are these refugees at? I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Philia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. So we praise it is you. We're ready and willing to work the same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know now of your situation. Beg your pardon, descendant. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together our life to replace the one who got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. An honest wouldn't sell his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, and the only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took the foreigners, didn't you? So sure you do the same for us. I fear the situation is far more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the gentleman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who are affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Katario is on a miss. Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphinaud has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it may be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at Eddie and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill everyone who tries to resist. And Ascendant, please, if you won't help us build a new lab, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady, we're not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find out quickly. If he's in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Please do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papa Lima will see to it. Alphino's being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Cecila. Oh boy. Ulda. I didn't take the picture off, I'm sorry. The Hourglass. What the hell's the Hourglass? Oh. The Adventurers Guild. Well, there you are. You look fine. What are you talking about? Injured my ass.
Shinpai nai sa. Taishita kizu janai. まったくタタルは大げさだな。先ほどちょっとした暴動があってね。それに巻き込まれたのさ。このところウルダ派では不穏な空気が流れている。
Pictures off. I'm sorry.
もともとウルダ派は交易都市だけあって豪商が幅を利かせる貧富の差が激しい国だ。エオルゼア一豊かな都市と言われる裏で金が飛び交う権力争いが絶えない。そう、金さえあれば政治すら動かせる国なのさ。そこにアラミゴからの戦災難民や第7零災以降は零災難民が押し寄せてきた。権力者、特に豪商たちサカツ州にしてみれば金を持たない厄介者を抱え込んだ状態だったろう。そして王党派のラウバーン局長が率いる不滅隊は治安維持と戦力強化を謳い難民救済策を打ち出した。昨今ウルダ派が難民に支払っている援助金は国の財政を圧迫するほどに上がり続けている。そういった経緯もあってウルダ派の民は難民に対し常に厳しい姿勢をとってきた。難民からしてみれば頼らざるを得ないものの迫害を受け続けてきたに等しい状況だったのさ。そこに来て先のドマ難民の受け入れ拒否だ。共和派のロロリ島を筆頭とする富裕層に弱者救済の意思がないことが明確となる結果となった。難民たちのウルダ派に対する不信感は頂点に達し各地で起きていた難民の抗議活動は暴動に発展している。今やウルダ派は火薬庫同然さ。それに各国のグランドカンパニーもきな臭い動きを見せている。どうにも一波乱起きそうな気配がするのだ。
that's not good. Oh boy. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you'll accompany me to the Hall of Flames. Now hear what General Reborn has to say upon the matter. Alright, let's see what Reborn has to say about this. Hopefully he has an explanation. Now is not a good time, Cecil. My hands are full dealing with refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alpha Node, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Churigians. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can to spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Ildon citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would soon sell a weapon to bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I don't have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the Monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, he will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Hesla. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. You may balk at our request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share findings. Well then, shall we? Alright. Put on my detective hat. You look as though you have something to say, Cecila. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be suited to this task within a regiment. Very well. The brass plates have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking with the blades posted there. Where the hell was that? Oh. Blackbrush, huh? Alright. And what brings you here, adventurer? Search for refugees? Well, then you come to the right place. I mean those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept the situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. Refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest idea of what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka and he'll explain everything. Alright. Don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the woman who from the Church of Saint Adama Landama? Excuse me? 1,000 pardons, my friend, mistook you for one of the thugs who've been tormenting us. If Leo Frick bid you speak with me, then I take you've agreed to help. Totally praise for that, but because we haven't had a moment to waste, everyone knows the flames are on the march. The earth have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Huh. Childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our dealers has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Uh-oh. Sir! What are you doing here? Don't draw. Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together and you would be here with me. You're here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Sir! You need to calm down. What is the soothe the option? I'm too lazy to type it out. There it is. Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed the cache of weapons he brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups and sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh god, it's the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Oh boy. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox and all bloody cell swords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only he had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, but that the god would never suffer us to be defeated. Though they were forced to confront reality. That's it. Challenge the twins to combat, show my brother that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and pronounce this plot. Well, okay. I'm going into the cave. Seven hells, they found us! Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Alright, sad to say, you have no idea who you're picking a fight with. Help me, damn it! No, there's no helping you. You picked the fight. Do your worst. You're already dead. You won't stop us. You can't stop. I just did. It's been too long. Oh, a challenge. Enough. You're dead. See what I tell you? Oh. Alright, no need a name call. Sore loser. You being like it was nothing. It's almighty, what are we gonna do now? The deed is done. You returned. Did you find my brethren? With the twins. What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when he was over? Huh? But where else could he be? Unless he went to Stonestown to recruit others. Oops. Shit. The merchant wished to approach the refugees at the stone's throw, but was waiting for them until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in the pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must he endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Where is... Oh, there it is. Way down there, huh? Oh, what's going on here? Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with a man from Ul'dah. That's the man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. You mean man who left my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You! Hey! He's getting away! Go get him, miss! You ain't getting away from me. I got a mount that can fly. You can't get away from me. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Who's filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None! No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Sure, you don't think I give a concurrence ass about politics, It was part business, only business. Well, we both know I'm not one to want one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, a spiral shall tell you everything. Uh oh. Oh! Got arrowed. And he's gone. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Well, hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap your others murder a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious you're not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with our investigation, Scion. Well, shoot. Boop. What news, Cessla? Where's the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Cessla. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be close to identifying the true orchestrator of these events, these riots, and you realize, oh, they're making progress. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Okay. These words of revolution. Whoop, I hit the mic. Sorry. Bartholomew, I'm here. We've been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside.
XIV 台頭社から連絡は受けている。暴動の鎮圧、ご苦労だったな。
ウルダ派の難民の動きは把握していたつもりだが、ここ最近になってさらに活発化しているように思える。ラウバーン局長、何か掴んでいるのではないか？
貴様らだから話すのだ。他言無用で頼むぞ。先のドマ難民の受け入れ拒否が決定したことに対し、かねてから不信感を抱いていた難民のうち、零細難民の一部が反発。アラミゴ系難民の急進派と一党を組み、王家の抗議活動が行われた。 抗議活動は一時 G 行進まで発展したものの、それでも時間の経過とともに収まりを見せ始めていたのだ。ところがある事件をきっかけに暴動へと急転する。
難民の対応に当たっていた同人団の衛兵が抗議に集まっていた非武装の難民に矢を射たのじゃ。これに激高した難民たちは暴徒と化した。この事件が暴動の発端となったのじゃ。
初動調査ではあくまで事故だった。しかし事の発端となった衛兵が不審な動きを見せたため、我ら不滅隊が奴を捕獲して尋問したところ、サカツ州のテレジアデレジの息がかかった商人から金をつかまされていたことが判明したのだ。
テレジアデレジだと？彼はドマ難民の問題の際には受け入れに賛成する素振りを見せていたはず。なぜそのようなことを？
フロンティア計画という名に聞き覚えはあるか？現在いずれの都市にも領有されておらず、北ザナラーンに隣接する地カルテノー平原、あの地を開拓し植民都市を築くという計画だ。
しかしあの地は現在…
そうだ、アウトロー戦区として戦場になっている。カルテノー平原、忘れもしない第7零祭の中心地だ。同地は零祭後に大規模な調査が行われていたのだが、そこにはもとより地中に眠っていたと思われる古代アラグ文明の遺跡があらわになっていたのだ。そして現在のカルテノー平原は遺跡の保有権をめぐり3都市が対峙している場所となっている。エオルゼア都市軍事同盟はこの争いを亀裂とせぬために、かの地で起こった対立の一切を外に持ち出さないという協定を結んだ。これがアウトロー戦区と呼ばれるゆえんだ。戦場となっているカルテノー平原への植民、この無謀なフロンティア計画の出資者こそ九段のテレジアデレジ。奴は同地の状況を知る立場でありながらこの計画を発表した。おそらく計画で集めた多くの難民を引き連れ、彼らを人の盾として各国の軍勢の間に入り込むつもりだ。遺跡を独占するために。
テレジアデレジメ、フロンティア計画はいわばウルダ派が領土拡大を宣言したことと同じぞ。
我々王党派との調整どころか共和派、サカツ州の中でも統率は取れていないでしょう。完全に奴の単独での行いです。
先の暴動騒ぎも難民たちにウルダ派での暮らしを諦めさせるための仕掛け。ドマの民に理解の立場を示していたのも難民からの支持を得るための見せかけだったに違いない。
しかしなぜテレジアデレジはそこまでカルテノーの遺跡にこだわる？下手をすれば王家への反逆の罪ともなり得るぞ。
オメガ。
Oh boy.
オ
That
メ
doesn't sound
ガ。
good.
遺跡の調査中に発見された異形の怪物。我々はこれをオメガと呼称している。あまりに巨大なため現在も地中に埋もれたままだがな。遺跡に記された古代アラグ文字を解読したところ、オメガはバハムートを捕らえし者と示されていた。先のカルテノーの戦いの折、ガレマール帝国の将軍ネール・バンダーナスは衛星ダラガブの落下地点をカルテノーの地とした。我々は奴が対バハムート兵器とも呼ぶべきオメガを完全破壊するためだったのではないかと睨んでいる。
対バハムート兵器、まさか対万神兵器というのか。あのアルテマウェポンのような。
我々も完全に信じていたわけではなかった。しかしガイウスのアルテマウェポンを見たとき思い直したのだ。オメガは本物だと。
幸いなことに現在オメガはまさに化石のごとく沈黙しておる。だが先のアルテマウェポンの件もあろう。古の万神バハムートを撃つという力、そのような強大な力を秘めた古代兵器をもしも手に入れることができたなら。
テレジアデレジの狙いはオメガの確保、そしてそれを武器にウルダハ、いやエオルゼア全土における発言権を確保するつもりだろう。
くだらぬ話じゃ。ロロリトと対峙してサカツ州をまとめることもできぬような男にエオルゼアを牛耳れるものか。
だからこそ危険なのです。自分の限界を知るからこそ外に力を求める。決して油断はできませんぞ。
ネズミじゃ放っておけ。どうせ今のウルダハに機密はなきに等しい。
いずれにせよ難民問題には注意しておくべきだろう。これはウルダハだけの問題ではないのだから。
Oh boy. God damn, another scene? Shit. Should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was but product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Corporal Rye. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartno. But gone, well, this is no place for children. What's going on? Oh. It's the child who helped us. I was looking for you, miss. You said you're looking for a man who left with my parents. You know this girl? So you visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you can wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. Legion of Guardians, an Ether-starred primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to the charade. Sometimes I fear Mephilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Maybe the time has come for a change. So this is Mephilia. I know this is sad, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's soul with all due haste. The situation in Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrived. Twelveswood, and the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have seen reports of exotic activity, which leaves the sylphs. Go, Cecil. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needed fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. Okay. Back to the Rising Stones. Why can't you just tell me over a link shell? It'll save me the trouble. Oops. Alright, what's happening here? It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Cecila. The latest news from Old Isle is most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphonse suffered was just to his ego. Doubtless he'll heal ere long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I'll summon them now. Lord of Levin. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs have called forth a revered guardian, the primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have? It is not certain. I thought they already summoned him, though. The Elder Seed informs us the elementals themselves murmur the Lord Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlings, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act... something or other. I imagine he will soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close eye on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a zoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely would not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it. I told Papa Limo. I suppose I could have reported things to Menvilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garlands came tramping through the forest. And so long as Kashim Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Eden and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would remain the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. And there goes my controller. I just like my controller died, I didn't foresee my controller dying. Ugh. Come on, get on the charger. Yep. It's good to have spare controllers on hand. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It is like the Stilts perceived this panic migration and yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of tightening the kobolds. Once again, it is affairs of men which have paved the way for primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Sessa, through your dealings with the Sylves at Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with the Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylves so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rama can be convinced of our intentions, maybe be the first step in breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let's continue the discussion anon. We must needs first consult the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seatseers request your personal involvement, Sesla. Bear report to Commander Heal. God damn, I keep pressing buttons. Steer yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution in this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with Lord Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. So get ready for a fight is pretty much what she's saying. It's okay, I'm a God Slayer. I'll slay another one. Add another one to my roster. It's okay. I gotta go talk to him anyway for King Mokkel. Alright, sir, before I talk you to the matter on hand... No, well, I guess I'll do this. Sets of the Scions, your arrival is most anticipated. The appearance of a primal has ever caused for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know none of more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I will have you do so without delay. The Elder Seatseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion of your diplomatic, or rather than martial skills, may better serve your cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer and tenants will admit you to the lotus stand. Alright, sir. Go through this. This is just, like I said, this just unlocks extreme. It doesn't really add to the story. I still gotta do the license thing too. I think once I get through, once I'm done actually streaming for the night, I will go around and get the extremes unlocked. There are 2 primals left. This one, and one more that's coming up. The other Scions have already arrived, madam. May I show you in? God, they work fast. No! No! No, not you. No, not you! You!
ようこそいらっしゃいました。お話というのはシルフ族の件なのです。少し前の出来事でした。私は森の大精霊の声を聞いたのです。それは万神ラムーの権限を告げていました。そしてつい先刻のこと、カリアドよりシルフ族の使いがやってきました。この者によればカリアドのシルフたちもまたラムーちゃま、ラムーの権限を感じたとのこと。詳細は不明ですが、おそらくシルフ領の奥地にてすでにラムーは神下ろしされているでしょう。だが 万神ラムーは守護と朝廷を司る賢き神。こちらが彼の意志に背くことをしなければ、シルフ族と同様に対話が成立するはずなのです。超える力を持つあなたならば、きっと心を通わせることができるでしょう。どうかラムーとの対話をお願いできないでしょうか。人にとってもシルフ族にとっても、おそらくはラムーにとっても、これ以上この森を乱したくない思いは同じはず。そして何より私たちグリダニアの民はシルフ族と森との調和、共存を望んでいるのです。感謝いたします。シルフの狩宿に奏者島の者を派遣しています。詳しい話はその者からお聞きください。森に嫌な風が流れてきています。この風は国営の森だけではない、エオルゼア全土に流れる風に感じるのです。どうかお気をつけて。
All right. Oh, so it takes you straight there. Oh wait, never mind. Okay. Why not? I'll just fly over real quick and get it unlocked. Since I'm in the area anyway. What am I doing? Get this unlocked. I don't really care about the scene that takes place. Says some of the scions. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Brahma himself. An unviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you'll be well suited. I have been told that your fellow scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, and we may ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you bide here until you return with their findings. Alright. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finished their investigation. I did not imagine it would be much longer. If someone returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location of where the Touch Ones summoned Lord Ramu. Your time is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It will be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please come with this one. Where are we going? Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Alright, where are we going? It's okay. I can fly. They'll probably hear the engine in my mouth roaring though. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here to the south. Go in safety, walking one. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Shoulder's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalymo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I've finished measuring etheric activity in the area. I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. Come, Cecil, the Lord of Levin awaits.
その力、お主ハイデリンの使徒か。
Oh boy.
イフリート、タイタン、ガルーダ、それにリヴァイアソン。奴らを払いのけし光のものというのはお主のことじゃな。わしの名はラムー、国営の森の種、シルフ族の守護者。光のものよ、ここはシルフ族の聖地。何用で人が足を踏み入れたのじゃ。グリダニアの民は調和を望んでおるというのか。人とは格も身勝手なものか、まっこと愚かじゃ。お主にこの者たちの願いがわかるか。ただこの森で静かに暮らしたいだけなのじゃ。しかし人はその小さな願いすら阻害する。シルフ族がわしを招いたのはその願いを叶えるため。そこまで追い込んだのは貴様ら人の仕業なのじゃぞ。シルフ族にとって人は人。たとえグリダニアの民が自然との調和を重んじようと、一方で帝国の民は森を侵し続ける。結果的に人は森に汚れと争いを持ち込むだけじゃ。全ては人が闇を抱える存在だからに他ならん。そもそも人はいつから闇を抱えるようになった。資源の時、 そこには光も闇もなかった。まさか人が人たるために生まれたというのか。ならば人がいる限りこの世から汚れと争いがなくならぬ道理よな。なぜなら人が生きるために必要なことだからじゃ。光の者よ、それでも貴様は人として調和の道を歩むというのか。おお、それは聖域を去った子らに渡したクリスタル。なるほど。お主はわしの知った人とは随分異なる存在のようだ。これは光の人だからではない。何か得意な。そうか、もしやあやつになら。よかろう。ならばわしに示せ貴様の力を。人がシルフ族や森との調和を望むというのなら、この森から帝国を排除するほどの力を、世から闇を取り払うほどの力をわしに示してみせよ。それができぬというのなら、この雷神ラムーが地表の全ての人に裁きの雷を落とすまでじゃ。来るがいい光の者よ、裁きの地にて貴様を待っておるぞ。
珍しいわね。あなたがこんなところまで出てくるなんて。
万神ラムー。私もこの目で見るのは初めてです。これは眼福の光景、決備の記憶としましょう。これは失礼を。どうしても調べたいことがあるのです。この機械仕掛けの眼を通し、雷神狩りを拝見させていただきましょ
う。Out of all the or not just primals, out of all the summons in Final Fantasy, Ramo is probably my favorite amongst them. This game really solidifies it as one of my favorites. Alright. Now we're just gonna wait for this thing to pop. There it is. Let's do it. Oh, there goes the music. I'm sorry, the music's gone. It just wasn't meant to be. This game really doesn't like the music, apparently. Honestly, I'm surprised my game hasn't crashed yet. Even the sound effects are kind of like all over the place. And it's definitely a problem with the beta because I've never had audio issues up until the beta. I pronounce thy sentence by the radiance of L be thee judged. This would be so much better if we meet with music. It's so weird doing this without music. The sound effects are all over the place. Thy judgment is nigh to me, my arbiters. Alright, well.
お主の力しかと見届けた。光の者よ、気づいておろう。人が抱えし闇は 全ては人がまいたものならば、その力をこの森のため、エオルゼアのために履行してみせよ。世との調和を求めるのなら己で勝ち取ってみせよ。得意な存在であるお主ならばそれも叶おう。光によって闇を払い、人を正しき方向へ導くことが。
さすがは光の戦士。万神ラムーの討伐、見事です。私もあなたの戦いを拝見してたどり着きましたよ。アシエンを完全消滅させる手がかりに。まずは戻りましょう。後ほど石の家にて報告いたします。
Alright. Back to Little Solace. Okay, I'll just fly there. I really need to restart the game. I don't know why the audio cuts out during the fights. So you've returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a chest of arms? It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Cecil. The elder seeds here must be informing your deeds at once. The elder seeds here will wish to hear your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjuror of the Nofika's altar shall be expecting you. Alright. Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The elder seeds here awaits you within.
Sakiほどソージャ島の者より報告を受けたところです。結果的に万神ラムーと刃を交えることになったとか。本当に無事で何よりでした。ラムーがそんなことを。人が持つ闇が新たな問題を生む。確かにそうなのかもしれません。カルテノー平原のアウトロー戦区、そしてウルダハを発端にエオルゼア全土に広がりを見せている難民問題。先の帝国との戦い以降、エオルゼアは統一どころか以前にも増して人の闇が表面化し、争い事が増えているように感じます。第七霊祭の復興が一段落し、人々は共通した目標を失いつつあるのです。だからこそ人々の意志を一つにし、神聖したエオルゼアを生きていく必要がある。 グランドカンパニーエオルゼア、人と人とは分かり合うことはできないのでしょうか。今回の件、グリダニアを代表して礼をします。暁の皆様にもよろしくお伝えください。あなたや暁の方々には迷惑をかけてばかりですね。この国を預かる者としてもっとしっかりしなくては。万神ラムーが収まったというのに、森に流れる嫌な風が消えないなんて。森の精霊たちよ、この地に何が起ころうとしているのです。
Yes, thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Cecila? I'd hope for Lord Rama could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which he responded to the promised sudden challenge. And it seems that Uriandra too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Cecila? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Alright. Madam! Welcome back, Cecila. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Rama precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Uriandra's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of Lord Levin, our learned companion is struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let's assemble and discuss his observations together. Alright, what's he got? What's he got for us?
みんな揃ったわね。ウリエンジェさん、お願いします。
砂の家に現れた白き衣のアシエン・エリディブス。彼の発言からアシエンは不滅の存在、つまり不死であることが分かりました。
あれから私とウリエンジェさんはアシエンを完全に消滅させる方法を探していたの。
そしてついに影を狩る手がかりを掴んだのです。先の晩神リヴァイアさんとの戦いでサハ銀族の長老が見せた不滅なるものへの昇華、その際のエーテルの流れを測定していたヤシュトラ城の測定結果を確認いたしました。
あの時肌に感じるくらいエーテルが震えていたわ。だからとっさに測定器をつけて調べていたのよ。
そして今回私は晩神ラムーとの戦いを拝見いたしました。晩神が散る際のエーテルの流れについて再確認していたのです。
いい機会だわ。エーテルの流れをおさらいしましょう。
Getting a history lesson, huh?
私たちが生きている物質界で生命が死ぬと、通常その魂であるエーテルは砕け散りエーテル界へと帰ります。
そしてエーテル界にたゆたうエーテルが物質界に降り、新たな生命が誕生するの。
命は散りて星の海へと帰る。これぞ神々が定めた命の断り。エーテルに満ちた正解はこの世と重なり合い寄り添う世界。エーテルは巡り、命もまた巡る。
だけど万神は例外。地に満ちたエーテルであるクリスタルを食らう万神は、その肉体までもがエーテルで構成されている。だから倒すことで肉体は砕け、そのエーテルは大地へと還元されていく。それでも魂だけはエーテル界に帰ると考えられているわ。
信者の願いが神の魂を正界より招き、クリスタルが神の肉体を作る。
だけど不滅なるものはどちらの例にも当てはまらない。
確かにサハギン族の長老が提督に撃たれた時、一塊のエーテル界が漂い別のサハギン族に乗り移るのを確認したわ。
肉の体持ちて死して知らぬ魂を持つ者。なるほど、それが不滅なるもの。サハギン族の長老のやったことか。では器がそばにない場合、魂はどうなるんだ。
エーテル界に帰るということは死を意味するわ。だから不死である彼らの魂はエーテル界に帰っていないと考えられます。
彼らは逃避する。暗き輝きの道を開きて正解の渚へ。
そう、つまりは物質界とエーテル界の狭間のような場所に退避しているのではないかということね。アシエンたちは闇のクリスタルを触媒にサンクレットに憑依していたわ。つまりこれが狭間へ至る門なのかもしれない。
嫌な思い出だぜ。
サンクレット。
これが探求の旅路の果てにたどり着きし答え。
サハギン族は不滅なるものになったものの闇のクリスタルを持っていなかった。だからリバーヤさんに食われたってわけね。そうか。だったらアシエンを倒した時に魂のエーテルを逃さずリバーヤさんのように吸い込んで捕獲してしまえば。
ご名答、恐れ入ります。さすがヤシュトラ城、察しがいい。肉体失いし魂をエーテルの檻に捕らえ、エーテルの刃で砕く。さすればアシエンの魂も正解に帰りましょ
う。アシエンの魂を逃すことなく捕らえ、さらにそのエーテルを粉々に打ち砕く魔気なんて簡単には想像できないわ。でもきっと方法はあるはず。手がかりは掴んだもの。あとは実現に向けて進むだけよ。
では私は早速これらの現象を人工的に起こすことができないか、シャーレアン本国の賢人と共に検討に入りましょう。
ええ、よろしくお願いします。
それとミーフィリア、バルデシオン委員会の件ですが、現在シャーレアン本国の調査団が現地に向かっています。じきに連絡が来るでしょう。不安な気持ちはわかりますが、今は待つべき時。祈りとともにお待ちを。
ありがとう、ウリエンジェさん。
Alright, so we have a means to defeating them. Oh. The Lord Levin has returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all are now have been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all but all too finite. 7 times have the masters survived the rejoining, but their souls are grow weak and wane. Yet even as it innervates the ardor and powers our master, all that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task of which we bend our every effort. Who's this? Oh, look at this guy. Divine seeds wherever wont to quicken in Aeorzia's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which has been shattered shall be made anew, and the true God shall come again. Ugh. Is that supposed to be a Zodiac? Now that the matter of Ramu has for the present been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Cecila. What's this? It's a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Aeorzian Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogul Mog, the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they are meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Cecila, and Aeorzia is that much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I say safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in the rest of the realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. And that we have the courage to strive for what we believe might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the Sylphs, of the Losalis, who wish not of conflict, of Alizé, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the Calamity. And then there's Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag, and that we might be spared the horror of another ultimate weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heart-warming, Anti-Descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Who's this? Oh, it's Alpha Node. Alpha Node, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are said some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. Just a report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerned with the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Elle. You call it Refugee Girl? The one whose parents went missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alpha Node, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I'd look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Huh. Cecily, you've been away from Revenant Soul for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest you put your affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe it was some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? What's up, Lobby fam? Lob fam? Got Bat here going crazy. Look, it's Miss Cecilla. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were fighting primals, and they are some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally have formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to help protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Cecilla? Maybe you could show us how to fight the Oh. Well, what's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder, Mr. Coltonant, did you know that Miss Cecilla's back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Cecilla. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions are yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, but this bookish fellow was Coltonant. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We're adventurers. We're just asking Miss Cecilla if she would give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Well, you certainly have been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mardon are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter proposal. Well, if I were to cross swords with Cecilla, a demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hooray, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you're merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, maybe perhaps I am, but what matters is the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson. What say you, Cecilla? Would you consent to spar with me? Hurrah! We're here for it and have a tournament. Come on, everyone, let's prepare our gear for an outing. Do not try to disappoint them, Have faith, Coltonant. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this the worthy contest. I hope so. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. We gotta be getting closer to the end of this series of patch story missions. I kind of want to finish this patch of story. This story patch. if I can. If it gets much longer, then I'll have to split it up. I'll give it like 15 more minutes. I don't want to push it to 200. Push it. So it's good of you to agree with this, Tesla. I trust you're ready to begin. All right, show me what you got, buddy. Very well. Let's not keep the youngins waiting any longer. All right. Are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Cecily you face. What better way to test my mettle? Probably allowed me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, it was this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Cecily to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello! You haven't begun yet, have you? What's this? Oh, we have an audience coming. Yida, who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Cecil's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. My own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning on reputation is at stake. What's up, Lobby fam? Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. We'll see about that. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. This guy's gonna get his ass whooped. Day and night of all my skills, now comes the time to test them. This guy's already getting his ass whooped. Such power, the tales dare do you justice. You're already out already. This boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. 'Tis time I joined the fray. On your feet, Jorge. I could take you out too, buddy. I must admit defeat. It was an honor and a privilege. You got whooped. What now? Oh no, he looks hurt. Cecil's so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Sorry, never I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. Listen to pain. And you're gone. Your hollow ground failed you. You have bested me. I yield. Ooh. Shock and disbelief. She beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Cecila. None can beat the Garden of Eorzea. Now I see why they sent you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I am ever to attempt the same. Man, you guys really didn't really put up that good of a match. I'll be honest. You gave it a good effort though. Impressive as always, Cecila. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial powers or prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that helps keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is the most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service at the Battle of Cartanu. Technically, we met at the carriage, but I digress. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason my grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans were foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles that their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius in the order he proposed to enforce. Though Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue my grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to the fate to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew to a fervent wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are more of a scale that cannot be solved by the signs of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Ooh. This guy's got a plan going. The man with a plan. All right. I want to say this might be the last story mission for this patch. I'll know when I get an achievement. Thank you for coming, Cecil. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. What you got in mind? God damn, it's still not over? I kind of don't want to take this into 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna end it here. So when we come back, we will see what Alpha Mode has planned for us. I gotta restart that game anyway because my sound keeps cutting out in duties for some reason. So when we come back, we'll do that and see what he has in store for us. So hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.